I'm going to do my absolute best to give you the best unimpeded view. I'm going to tell you a few mistakes I've made that I can't undo. But welcome to At the Quilt Frame. Let's just get this. Alrighty, let's get this up to live chat. I've got my laptop right on the quilt frame here. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Now this does not want to stay. So we are hang on a second, folks. All right. There's the live chat. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Freaky Geek. Now, I am not going to be typing because for obvious reasons. Here, I need a sip of tea. Oh. I know that everybody saw the video today and Gracie having a bite of ham. That video was taken a few days ago, guys. She's not getting better. She's not going to get better. All right. One of the things I want to show you is I accidentally, without thinking, was double stitching. Well, not double stitching. My thread was doubled. And you can see that. And you know what? Your thread is not supposed to be doubled. Now, also, I want to show you what I do with the wood grain here. So we're working on the wood grain. Let me see if I can get this a little bit there. Now we're working on the wood grain. And these were really cheap thimbles. I had to tape it. That's fine. And there we go. Hey, Jack. Thanks for the idea, Jack. I'm thinking I'm going to wipe this laptop and just put the very basic on it and see if I can't go from there. Now, when you're quilting, you're supposed to quilt with single thickness thread, okay? And all I do with this wood grain here is I just kind of follow along the pattern that is set by the wood. And if I want to move, I just move it over in between the fabric. And then I go up. You know what, guys? You'd probably see better if you were on the other side of my hand, wouldn't you? Let's see if we can't manage something different here. Hang on to your lunch here, folks. You might get dizzy. If you have motion sickness, then please. Okay. Give me a second here. Give me a second. Oh. Yeah, I know. Oh, shoot. Now, let's see. Where are we? Okay. This actually might work better. All right. Is that better? Okay, so now you can see the wood grain in this fabric. I searched the internet high and low for this fabric. And all I'm doing is following some of the lines in the wood grain to give it this natural sculpted feel. Now, I want to talk to you guys about Gracie. Guys, she's not going to get better, all right? We are basically just keeping her comfortable on anti-inflammatories and pain meds. She barely eats. She eats less than 1/3 of what she should be. And that's just how things are going for her, okay? This is what I love about this thimble, okay? I know I sound unemotional, And I sound blasé. It's not. I'm just protecting my feelings, okay, guys? I've just given her a third of a can of food, which is all I could force her to eat. And I've given her an anti-inflammatory, and I've given her pain pills. Whoops. Hey, I'll say hi to everybody in a minute. I just want to... And now I'm going to crisscross it over here. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm going to crisscross it over here like this. And then I'm going to come back down. Like I said, you don't have to follow the exact lines. But what this does is it makes the wood look more like wood because it's sculpted. Okay. If you're having problems, please go out and come back in. Sometimes that solves the solution. But Jack, happy guy, gave me the idea that if I wipe this laptop and put the bare essentials on it, I may be able to put the webcam on it. This laptop has its own webcam. Okay. And then, and then back up this way, and this piece of the wood will be done. I still have to finish the golden one here. Okay, no, my vet has not said what's going on with Gracie. Okay? Because they tested, because she had the tick, they tested for pancreatitis and Lyme's disease. She had neither. And I'm not putting her through any more tests to find out what I already know is my dog has cancer. Okay? She's had growths most of her life, and we've never messed with them. Okay, let me just finish this. So I am not spending another $1,000 to have the vet do tests to confirm what I already know, that my dog, like, let's put it this way. She's 9, okay? She's 9. And, where is my, I'm missing, my wrist thing isn't here. She's 9. She's at, and where's my scissors? She's at the end of her life cycle, okay? And yes, honey, she is going to die. And we're just making her as comfortable as possible. All right, I have to go and get my wrist thing and my scissors, so I'll take you over to say hi to Gracie, okay? Just unplug this. This is getting set up for live streams at the quilt frame is a lot of work, folks. I got cords and wires and things I have to, whoa, do not tip. And my quilt frame is pretty easily tipped, so I have to move it very carefully. Gracie's just had her her prescribed pain meds and her prescribed anti-inflammatory. Hey, baby. There's that lump. That's a good shot of that actual lump. And hey, baby. Hey, baby. She's comfortable. Okay? You my baby girl. Mommy baby, eh? I'm not putting her through another battery of tests. I'm not. I'm just going to keep her comfortable and give her food when she eats, she eats. She has fresh water, food available at all times, and I'm just managing her pain. All right. Now, give me a second. I have to go and get my scissors and my wristband. Oh my goodness. Did you go say hello? Say hello. Are you comfy, baby? Yes. All right, give me a second here, folks. Ow, my back. Oh. All right, I need my scissors. Oh, and I'll show you what I'm doing with this too. Okay. Alrighty. You comfy, baby? Oh my goodness. Oh. Okay. Okay. Give me a second here, folks. Things have to be very carefully moved. Oh. Oh. My goodness. All right, hang on. I gotta get my foot over this cord without falling. Okay. Now. Oh. Alrighty. Let's get you guys plugged back in. Oh. Okay. Now. Here's what I want to show you, what's going on in the evenings before we get back into the quilting here. Okay. I am working on my next set of, I'm sewing these 2 rows together. That's what I'm working on in the evenings. You don't necessarily need to see me putting things together. You've pretty much already seen me do that once. And once this is done, I'm going to actually make another row because I have a lot of flower, or you got me calling them flowers. I have a lot of stars already made, and I want to get some of these strips made so that I can sit in the evening and sew them together. So that's what's going on with the star quilt right now. I'm going to put this over here. This. Alrighty, now let's move this way. Okay. That's too close, isn't it? There, that's better. Alrighty. Yeah, now is it better from this angle? They do look like morning glories, but they're stars. It's the quilt is called a Texas star quilt. Now, I have to rethread here. Before I do that, I have to cut this off so I don't forget about it. There we go. They do look like morning glories. But then morning glories look like stars to me. Especially the blue ones. I love blue morning glories. One of these days, I'm going to have flowers again. All right. Just going to thread my needle if it'll let me. I should have my light on over here, but I prefer natural light when I can get away with it. Come on, you. Get in there. If in doubt, cut it again. Like I said, I should have my overhead lights on. There we are. But I'm not getting up again. Single thickness. Single thickness. And I made this too long, didn't I? Get our beeswax out. And just run. You guys can't see. I'm running my thread, holding it down on the beeswax to kind of give it a light coating. And that way it doesn't tangle as easily. Where did you go? There you are. Okay, I have to finish these two parts over here. I'm going to start. Can you see? There we go. I'm going to start down here instead of up at the edge of the tape at the top, because I'm going to go back down through. Like this. And I come up here, and this is how I don't do knots. I know, Mary Jo Mosley sent me that. Isn't that gorgeous? And I tell you, I never know what I did without it. I used to have one, but they were smaller. I like the size of this one. All right, let's, now I've pulled that through, that little piece of red out of there. And now I'm going to follow the same stitches back through, and that way that anchors this without it having to have a knot. You see? No, it's not the regular thimble that fits over the end of your thumb or your finger. It's shaped like a guitar pick almost, and it has braces that you can tighten it or loosen it to make your fit your finger, but the braces are so loose, I just put a piece of tape around it. It gives me a fingernail to push the needle with without running the risk of the needle going under my nail. And believe you me, gentlemen will understand when I say it's a kick in the crotch when that happens. And I'm sorry if that sounds rude, but that's just pretty much the way it feels if you've ever slid a sewing needle under your fingernail. Trust me, it's not a happy, I can't see what's going on here. Can you guys see okay? Hey, Monet, how's it going? Hey, Annette Graff, Freaky Geek, Linda Bopp, Sherry Leach. I'm sorry I can't do a whole shout out thing because my hands are kind of busy. Can you guys even see what I'm doing? You know what? I'm going to take this chat and I'm going to unpop it. The heck's going on here? Oh, come on. There we go. All right, let's do this. Oh, well, I guess once it's popped out, it's popped out. Okay. Under my finger so the thimble stays on. Huh. Can you guys see okay? That's better. Because the camera's behind me. The camera's behind me, so it's hard for me to make sure you're getting the full view of what's going on. It's snowing again. But it's not cold enough to pump up the wood stove for a wood stove meal. So just having it in the, And every once in a while, I go back through behind the last stitch. And that way, what happens is when blankets get pulled and thrown in the dryer and stuff like that, they get pulled and tugged. If you make your stitching too tight, it will pull through the fabric and rip it. If you make it loosely comfortable, it won't pull as bad. But you can, if you go back through the occasional stitch every couple of inches, you don't ruin the entire. If one section gets broken, the entire section isn't lost. Does that make sense? Okay, now I'm going to go back through this last stitch. And then I'm going to weave my way in between so it doesn't come through on the back or on the front. I wove it through the stuffing in the center. And now I'm going to give it a double back through stitch. Hold it in place. And then we're going to run up the side of the tape. No, on the cuticles either. Absolutely not. So my mistake here was doubling my thread for quilting. You don't double your thread. That actually puts more stress on the fabric than a single thickness. You would think the opposite, but okay. I don't think we're going to be boiling maple syrup this year. We still have lots from last year. Now you see how I pushed that with my thumbnail? I haven't quilted in quite some time because I threw the blunt end went right under my thumbnail. And I couldn't use it like this for a while. I'm going to go back through that stitch. Oh my goodness, here we go. You can take this tape off now. I'm going to use fresh tape over here anyway. I have a pile over there. And then we're going to get up here. Just moving this could knock my laptop down. So I got to be careful with how often I move. Well, let me see if I can make it a little more stable. There, maybe that's a bit more stable. Okay, now I'm going to go in between the layers here. I should put my mouse up there. In between the layers up here. And then I'm going to do my... That already was sewn. Isn't that funny? I'm going to do, well, it wouldn't be a quilt if there, or wouldn't be an authentic quilt if there weren't a few mistakes. Okay. Now I'm just going to go around the brown part. And then I'm going to work on my wood grain. And then I'm going to make supper. Nothing fancy. I got some chicken drumsticks. I'm going to throw some carrots and baby potatoes. Oh. Actually, we might have whipped parsnips and boiled beets, because that sounds really good to me. Now I'm going to go back through that last stitch like I do sometimes. And we're going to go up and over, and then this block is done. I'm going to go through that stitch. Am I the only person talking? So, I did an experiment, but I didn't do it on camera because I waited to see. I've been saving up my dog food cans, my soup cans, and my like mushroom cans and stuff like that. Because my can opener, that was a beautiful gift, a Hamilton Beach electric can opener, takes the top off the can without making a sharp edge. So I took my San Marzano tomatoes, because I only had like 5 of them come up, and I transplanted them. It's a little early, but I transplanted them into tomato cans. I'm going to see how that goes, because I'm out of the red plastic cups that I usually plant my tomatoes in. But I didn't want to replant all my tomatoes and then have it not work. Oh, I don't know. Can you guys see? Can you see that? There'll be snow falling down from the sky. Okay, hang on. Let's just get this back to its proper place, if I can find that proper place. Sorry for making everybody seasick. Okay, where am I? I'm right here. There we go. There. And then back over this way. You know what? This just feels pretty loose. I'm going to give it one more click there. That's better. I can't see whether or not you saw it or not. Did you guys see the snow falling? Ouch. Come on, you. Am I here? Are we still here? It just seems like is my laptop frozen? Or is just nobody talking? Whoops. You can't see the chat. There we go. Okay, thank you. Okay, the chat just jumped. All right, I'm going to go back through here. Through these stitches. Oh, I don't like that. That's a big stitch. So we'll just cut you right there. And snip you off. There you go. Refresh chat. Yeah, I got it. I refreshed it. Oh my goodness. Now this is tangled. And it doesn't want to. There goes the snowplow. At least it sounded like the snowplow. All right. Kind of rumbles the house. Hey, Leanne. How's it going? All right. Now let's work on some wood grain here. We will go, we'll start here. We'll go up. And there'll be a day where all I'll be doing is the wood grain across here. Ooh, there goes a rubber thimble. Ground looks dirty and gross. That's usually March around here, but we're going to have a late spring. So I'm not going crazy with my plants yet. Howie still has to bring me up my framework so I can put up my light frame. Go back through this one and then up. Go to sleep, little child, while I sing you the... Oh, for the love of Pete. Oh. No, they're not straight stitching. They're the wood grain pattern. I'm not doing every bit of wood grain. I'm just doing enough so that it A, puts all three layers together, and B, accentuates the wood grain. So we're going to go here. And then we're going to go down another section. And I just use the wood grain pattern itself to guide me. That's all. I hunted high and low for this wood grain fabric on the internet, on eBay, because I wanted it. It's called the Wool Shop, and I wanted it to represent my vision or my memory of the Wool Shop to the best of my ability. It was the day I realized how much I loved color. I just wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. And then we're going to go all the way down here. Yep. It's funny, my son Arthur, I was telling him about all the quilts I'm working on because I want to get them done before my hands completely, like just sitting, this here, this whole part of my hand was almost immobile for, well, not immobile, but I couldn't sew for about 3 days because I sat in my chair for hours, 2 or 3 days in a row, just putting stars together. And I'm telling you, my hands were not happy with that amount of work. All right. Okay, I see another line right here. Okay. No straight lines on the wood grain. We're just following, making it more natural looking. Hey, Joe, how's it going, honey? It was my sister's birthday yesterday. She turned 72. And my goodness. I have a brother that's going to be turning 70 in April. Oh, man. I hate it when that happens. It's one of the reasons I don't like single stitching or single thread, is because it can be a real pain in the butt when you pull and then it pulls out of the needle. Let's go down here all the way to this one set of stitching of the wood grain. And then I'm going to follow it all the way back up. When's your birthday, Freaky Geek? I'm going to go over here. And then follow this back up. When's your birthday, Freaky Geek? Or did I already sing it to you? Because I seem to remember asking for a first name. Oh, wonderful. Sounds like you're all organized to go, Annette. Okay. I'm going to finish this thing of thread, and there we go. Then I have to go put supper in. If my wood stove's going hot enough, I might do it in the wood stove. But go. I want to bring this back down around. Like to catch that bird's eye maple kind of look to it, eh? You could sew this straight up and down and with crisscross lines, but I don't think it would look as nice, you know? And then let's see where we can go from here. I'm going to go up through the next one, right up through the center of that grain, and then head my way back up. Something so relaxing about working this way. Now, I'm going to go go through the center here of the stuffing. Over here. And I'm going to start this down here. I just pick and choose my spots that I want to accentuate, you know? This is actually going to go up and then crisscross around that way. My fingers don't have the dexterity they used to. I keep dropping things. Okay, here we go. Okay. Backward through stitch. This. Then I'm going to kind of ease it on over to the bottom of where we came out here on this one that came down. And then I'm just going to go up around that. And then back up around the eye shape of the wood grain. And once this wood grain part is done, I'll be working on this brown block, and then we're going to move on up to the top, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. No, thank you. You know what I call deluxe apartments in the sky? Zombie traps. The zombies use them as traps. Hey, Dave Olson. How's it going? My eyes have to be on my work here, folks. That's why I do occasionally miss people. What about birdhouses? Say hi to who? Mama used to tease me that I'd have to get married on leap year because that's when a woman could propose. Oh, really? I never thought about that. It's one thing I've never had to do is propose. That's what I call them, Phoebe, zombie traps. The hardest thing people got to do when a zombie apocalypse happens is to get out of the friggin' city. Okay, maybe over to here. Whoops. Alrighty. We've come all the way up here. Now we're going to go back down around here, around this wood grain. Why would they do a Sadie Hawkins dance on Halloween? Why don't they just do a Halloween dance? Different time of year. Or are they just too cheap? Okay, and I'm going to go and right down the center of this. bird's eye here thing. And then I'm going to go. Whoa, I pulled it out again. Darn it all. Alrighty, and then back up this way. Oh no, we're going to go down here, aren't we? So, alrighty. I used to love to knit. I can't knit anymore. My hands just will not tolerate it. Let's get you through here. Whoops, do not do that. Okay, and back up this way. You don't have to do all the bird's eyes, but if you do a couple and then just follow the wood grain around and around and up and down, it actually looks really, really cool. I'll show you in a second when I'm done with this bit of thread of how textured it actually looks. How more, I guess you'd say 3D, how it pops. Hey, Mary Jo! Mary Jo made me this. Oh. Okie dokie. Now, I'm just going to leave this needle in here because I'm going to have to change the thread later. But, oh, I want to show you. We're pretty much at the end. We're pretty much at the end of our live stream, but you see what I mean? See how it kind of textures, makes the wood, here's the wood, or here's the wood grain, and then quilting it actually really makes it pop, eh? Here we go. This is Mrs. Volpe from our half-acre homestead saying, I've got to go start dinner, and then I'm going to sit in my chair and I'm going to work on my stars. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Take care. God bless, and we'll see you again soon. Poke.